Alright, so what's going on, y'all? So I'm back with another video this week, just working from the garage, doing the boring stuff, the mundane stuff, but stuff that's really important. And I have a handful of items to ship out, so I figured I would document today, show you guys what they are. And if this is your first video clicking on from my channel, what's up? My name is Chris. I resell full-time now in Tennessee, and more particular, Portland, just north of Nashville. Alright, y'all, so starting off with some lower dollar items. I do pick up things that sell between 10 to 15 bucks all in, if it's a situation where I know the item sells. So in the situation right here, Nike sports bra, no more than 50 cents from the bins. Women XL, this one sold for 7 bucks plus shipping. So the buyer's all in for right around 13 bucks. I mean, 50 cents into a $13 sale. I usually don't pass that up, definitely if I know that it sells. And this right here is a Nike long sleeve running t-shirt. This right here is a men's small. Goodwill bins pickup, probably no more than 50 cents. It sold for 6 bucks plus shipping. Buyers into it for right at 13 bucks. And this right here is a surprise sale in the sense where the buyer actually asked a couple of questions and they paid for the item. Usually in those situations where somebody asks questions or multiple questions, they never end up buying the item. But I do my best to still try to answer the questions. But in this case right here, Goodwill bins pick up probably $1, and they ended up buying these for 10 bucks plus shipping. So you don't make a ton on these Eddie Bauer Tech Capris, but again, I have sold these a ton over the years, just living up in the Pacific Northwest, because this stuff is really popular up there. And so again, yeah, if I can find these, especially in big sizes, a women's 18, usually not gonna pass them up. This right here is a Nike Marcus Mariota jersey t-shirt, Go Ducks. Found this one up at the Goodwill bins in Oregon, of course, probably 50 cents, and it sold for 9 bucks plus shipping. Oregon stuff has been selling for me at a record pace, probably because they're the best team in college football this year. And I was telling my wife a while back that I miss finding all that Oregon stuff at Burlington, because right now I think I would be making a killing, because I probably have only a handful of the new with tag stuff that I bought from up there, because people have been buying it like crazy because they've been doing so good this season. But yeah, and this right here is a pair of American Eagle, I believe these are midi shorts, cut off the stress. It's basically winter and people are still buying shorts. So if I find these American Eagle shorts, usually in a size 8 and up, I'll pick them up from the bins, because they only cost no more than $1, and usually you can sell them for, you know, 10, 15 bucks. And in this case right here, these right here sold for basically 15 or 14.99 plus shipping. So I think the buyer's into these for like 22 bucks. And lastly, for this grouping right here, this is a pair of Crocs for kids. These are a toddler size 6. Found these at the Goodwill bins in Oregon and sold them for 10 bucks plus shipping. Alrighty, y'all, so I'm currently still going to the bins in Nashville 3 days per week. I think the last time I was in the garage working and talking to you guys, I think I was going Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I switched that up a little bit. So right now I'm going Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And the reason I switched it up is because a lot of times when I would go on Fridays, I would get home so late and it would put you into work and clean into the weekend. And I just didn't like doing that from the perspective of what we have going on as a family. So when I end my week on Thursdays as far as sourcing, it just gives me Friday just to really tie the week up and head into the weekend clean. And it just gives me just that peace of mind of just knowing that everything's kind of tied up for the week. But still trying to find my way there. I, on average, been finding about right around about 40 items per trip. I notice if I stay an extra hour, maybe even 2 hours later, I can find a little bit more stuff, maybe closer to 50, 55 items. But then in those situations, it just hinders my ability to do the retail arbitrage on the way home, because it just gets so late. It gets dark here like at what, 4:30, 5 o'clock now. The sun starts setting. And so each day when I go into Nashville, it's always a hard balance of how much time do I spend at the bins and how much time do I allocate on the way back home so I can do retail arbitrage. So that's what I'm currently doing, and I do feel like I'm getting better each week with the sourcing, just kind of learning just new ins and outs to just build from one week to the next. Alrighty, y'all, so moving on along, these right here are a pair of Under Armour golf pants, men's 32.30. Goodwill bins pickup, and I believe these probably cost pretty light, no more than $1, and they ended up selling for $10 plus shipping. Bowers in to these, I think, for like 17 bucks. And this right here is a Boy Scout of America button up. I think it's a uniform shirt for women. I started picking up Boy Scouts stuff years ago when we lived in Oregon. I've had quite a bit of success selling it just over the years, but I found this one here recently, right here in Nashville. You can see the Middle Tennessee Council, and picked it up at the bins. Probably costs 50 cents to $1. And believe it or not, man, these sell for pretty good money. This right here sold for basically 25 bucks plus shipping, so the buyer's all in for like 31 bucks just for this uniform t-shirt. This right here is a Nike Thermofit hoodie, small size, and even that's still sold. Women's small. This right here sold for $15.89 plus shipping. Goodwill bins fine, probably no more than $1. This right here is a Patagonia quarter zip pullover right here for men. This is an older model. I mean, so these usually don't sell for a ton of money, but you just can't pass this kind of stuff up at the bins. Super light, probably costs less than $1. Men's XL, and this one sold for 15 bucks plus shipping. And this right here is a pair of Adidas. I believe this model is called the Weekender track pants. Men's medium, Goodwill bins pickup, probably no more than $1.50. And these sold for 12 bucks plus shipping. So I think the shipping was $7.89, so buyers all in for like 20 bucks. And then lastly, you got this North Face fleece jacket. It's a super small size too, but still was able to sell it. A women's extra small. Picked it up from the Goodwill bins, probably no more than $1.50. Sold for 15 bucks plus $8 shipping. Alright, y'all, so I was talking about how I wanted to go over to Bowling Green so I can go to the flea market to potentially find some sources to buy some shoes. So we ended up doing that, probably about a couple of weeks ago. And on this particular trip, we didn't run into any vendors per se where I felt like I could buy from on a consistent basis. And I didn't go over there expecting that to happen on the first time, but most of the vendors we seen there on this first trip here, a lot of the shoes were closer to retail in a lot of situations. So I know it's just going to take some consistency, some networking. And Bowling Green is probably, well, not probably, it is the nearest big city as far as grocery shopping. There's like a Home Depot there. So it has like most of the stores that we patronize as a family. So we're over there quite a bit. And so in the meantime, my plan is to continue to stay persistent with going over there, because I know just in due time, it's just all about running into the right person at the right time to eventually build those connections. Alrighty, y'all. And lastly, I got a couple of retail arbitrage finds. So this right here is a pair of Adidas golf pants. Men's 32.30. I believe these were on clearance at Ross for $6, $7, or $8 or something like that. And these sold for 25 plus shipping. And again, retail arbitrage is risky. So I always tell people, especially if you're new doing it, use caution. Because, I mean, sometimes you can hold on to a lot of these items for a long time and not even make a lot of money on them. So clearance nowadays at Ross is probably one of my favorite sections of the store. And again, didn't make a ton of money on these right here, but easily doubled my money. So I'm happy with that. And this right here, what I was just saying, is a prime example why if you're new, you definitely want to exercise caution when shopping at places like Ross, Burlington's. So I shot a video when we lived in Oregon, and I think these were featured in there, a pair of these Vans Stranger Things collabs right here. And initially when I picked these up, I thought I would be able to get like right around $100 for these. There was somebody in the comments that mentioned once the video had dropped that I wasn't going to be able to sell them for that much. So you were right, brother, because they definitely didn't sell for that. I think I paid 30 or 35 for these right here. And after getting a wide range of offers, I finally threw in the towel and accepted. I think somebody offered like $50 plus shipping. So I think they're all in for 62, 63 bucks. And this is a situation where, I mean, I could have fought this out and just continued to wait and wait and wait. But you have to understand that the hype from this show is over. So the demand, I don't think, is ever going to be where it was a few years ago. So in that case, I'm happy with selling these, getting the money that I spent, maybe with a couple bucks on top of it, and just learning the lesson and just trying better next time. Alrighty, y'all, so that's just about gonna do it for me. Gonna go ahead and get the items shipped and placed out so I can get them in position to be picked up. As you've watched the last video, I do most of my orders get picked up by the mail carriers now. I stopped dropping them off at the local post office just because it's like a 35-40 minute round trip just to go and do that. And the mail guys are just really nice guys, and it's just been a really seamless process. But this is where I'm gonna cut the video off at. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. If you got anything out of it, like it, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you guys right back here on the next video.
This might be all that I know. Think it's okay. I've got a long way to grow. At my own pace. Go the long way. No one taught me how to walk, but I figured it out fine.